commitment.
Yes.
It's really important to be committed to something that you believe in. If you believe in something, then you need to be committed to it regardless of what everybody says. That's why sometimes I hear people say like, what about when the hype of the show dies down? It's not going to die down because I am so committed to this goal. I am 10 years beyond where they think I am, you know. So there's no possibility of the hype dying because I will not let it die.
Hi there, Nicole Joseph Cupid, CEO of Business Lifeline Limited, and today I want to welcome you to yet another episode of Meet Your Neighborhood Entrepreneur. Today we're going to be talking entrepreneurship with the What You Know guy, Mr. Daniel Loveless. Yeah? So it's going to be a very interesting and exciting episode today as we get behind the scenes, so to say, with Daniel Loveless and understand what his entrepreneurial experience has been like. Daniel, welcome.
It is such a pleasure to be here. When you reached out and I checked the interviews that you did with previous guests, I was like, damn, I got to be a part of this.
Yeah.
So I'm super happy to be here and hello to your audience.
All right, awesome. So today we're going to look at another side of Daniel.
Yes.
You know, we're all very familiar and appreciative of the happy comical side. But I want to take a look into the more serious side of Daniel. Okay. Daniel, the entrepreneur.
Super.
Yes. So, Daniel, what would have motivated you to get started with What You Know?
Well, about 5 years ago, because I'm doing What You Know 5 years now. This month makes it 5 years. What You Know.
Nice.
But about 5 years ago, I was attending a church in my neighborhood where I grew up in Malabar, Arima, and one of the leaders in the church told me that I had a great personality and that I would do well having my own show or my own segment, something like that, and I should really explore it because I would always try to capture the attention of the people in the church, especially the young people, girls especially, and always trying to be the clown, always trying to gain attention, and it's like I love your personality, and so we decided that we would do a social experiment and go out on the streets of Port of Spain, and I decided to call the show What You Know, just to see what people knew. Because I was always so inquisitive about life and just wanting to know more about different things. So I found that it would be interesting to see what people knew about their culture, about general knowledge topics, about mathematics, English language. It would be cool. And we went out on the streets of Port of Spain. It was a carnival Saturday, Kiddies Carnival, and questioned 15 to 20 persons. And well, we realized that they didn't know. They didn't know a lot. I didn't know we edited that, and I just put it out there basically on my personal Facebook profile, and the rest is history. That's where that was the origin of What You Know. That's how it began.
Okay. So that being said, would you say that you kind of stumbled into this entrepreneurial experience, or did you kind of have a glimpse or a vision from the word go that it could have blossom into something phenomenal?
In terms of the idea, What You Know? Okay. So in terms of the idea, What You Know, I think I just didn't know where it would go.
Okay.
But what fueled me to keep at it was that I always had a desire to be influential. I always wanted to reach a large amount of people. I always, wanted a little kid to look up to me and want to be like me.
Yeah.
I remember, being in my mother's vehicle, and I would wind on the glass and just wave at the mountains and imagine that people were waving at me.
Wow.
Imagine that, I was this superstar and people were just admiring me. And I was able to bring that to reality. So because of that inner desire, although I didn't know where What You Know would take me, it fueled me to just keep pushing that What You Know brand to see where it would go.
Awesome. So you started off and it started to blossom, it started to grow. But every entrepreneur can tell a story about encountering challenges and at some stage being disoriented as to what the results would be. Have you encountered that, and how did you kind of cross that hurdle?
So in the earlies, I think one of the problems in the earlies would have been, as we were discussing before the interview, people taking you seriously. you know, because I began the journey on my own. It was just me. I was just the talent. I decided I wanted to take it to the next level. So even the leader who would have initially prompted me to, you know, start the show and assisted me to just do the social experiment. For him, that was just a social experiment. For me, I saw an opportunity for a lifelong career. So it was like, no, it was just me alone in the struggle. And it's like, all right, where do we go from here? And, you know, having to reach out to sponsors and just having to think of different packages to offer. So that was really difficult to deal with in the earlies. But, you know, what I learned is that two things. Specificity is important. So I think that was one of the lessons that I learned in the earlies. You know, if you know exactly what you want, if you know this is the amount of money that you want and this is what you're offering, you know, being professional in terms of emails, you know. Luckily, my background in terms of CXC, and I was actually doing a degree. Well, I completed it now in business management.
Right.
I had that etiquette in terms of email. So I knew how to word an email and how to, you know, so I knew the business side of things in that regard.
Nice.
You know, I was outspoken, so it was easy to, you know, reach out to businesses and just kind of talk my way into deals.
Right.
You know, but I think the difficult part about that was bridging the gap between the entertainer and the businessman. So now people look at you as the what you know guy. So now you try to go into a meeting and be like, well, I have $5,000, you know. How it's like, you know, sometimes they don't want to pay that and they try to pull the what you know card. Yeah, you know, what you know thing. And so I think that was difficult. But with time, you know, another lesson that I would have learned is that, you know, you could go far alone, but you could go really far with people. You know, you could be good alone, but you could be great with people. So that was one of the hurdles I would have faced in the earlies.
Nice. So, you know, we're always passionate because there are a lot of persons out there who want to make that entrepreneurial plunge. But there's so much negativity sometimes associated with being self-employed, with being self-sufficient. What kind of motivation would you give to someone who's struggling there to make that decision?
As much as it may sound cliche, I would just say just do it. You know, one of the stories that really connects with me, and I just connect with it all the time, is, you know, Steve Harvey's story where he spoke about jumping off a cliff and growing your wings on the way down. I am a big believer in that. I live by that. So I would say just do it. You may not always have the answers. Like when I started this, I didn't know what you know wasn't a registered business. You know, I just started it. I figured out how to register a sole trader type company. I registered it. I realized my funds was being commingled with the sole trader, like, you know, that was making sense. LLC, incorporated, separated, open a bank account for it, separate the funds. I learned just by literally just jumping off the cliff and figuring it out on the way down. The other day, I bought a manual vehicle and I did not know. I have a manual license, but I'm not the best manual driver. I never really drove a manual vehicle in my life. And I went to the dealership, bought the manual vehicle, and I literally went on YouTube. Yeah, I went on YouTube like how to drive a manual vehicle, and I'm driving the vehicle now. So, you know, I correlate that to the story about you wanting to get out there and do something entrepreneurial. Just start. There will be the challenges. I could guarantee you that, yes, there will be the challenges, but it is important to start. I think a lot of people, especially young people, they always want to start with perfection. They want to start with the best camera. They want to have the best editing skills. They want to do everything the best. But what spontaneity has taken me so far, because I don't care about, I just want to start. I just have an idea. I just want to do it now. And I will learn how to make the changes, how to be better. And that's the only way. You know, people will see the growth. You will see the growth. You will appreciate it. Fall in love with that journey. You know, the success is in the journey.
Awesome. That is, I mean, I couldn't put it better. That is some wicked advice there. And definitely we trust that some of our viewers will go away and really be motivated to do such. Now, you know, I was looking at some of your content and I saw you having a high life this morning.
Yes.
Absolutely. And again, you know, it struck me that as an entrepreneur, as a person, an individual generally, your morning routine is very important. Your mental state is extremely important. Share your thoughts on that with us.
So for me, like, I need to wake up at 4 a.m. every morning and go to the gym. Like, you know, starting the morning with exercise is so important, with some sort of motivation, some sort of activity. That is so important, you know. I also like to wake up before the sun because you have the ability to do so much more. You know, by the time it's 8 o'clock and the sun come out, it's like the day like done already. But you know, like being up at that hour, I don't know if it's a spiritual thing, but you know, for me, like waking up, you know, even if not 4 a.m. like me, I think at least 6 a.m., 5 a.m. waking up, and you know, your morning routine is really important. It's important to, you know, it's important to pray, you know, to whatever you believe in, or meditate, or you know, worship the universe, or whatever you believe in. It's important to subscribe to that and really be grounded in that faith, and just try to put out good positive vibes out there. Something that I use all the time is that I always tell myself that, Daniel Loveless, this could be your last day on this earth. So I strive to live it as it's my last day. Every single day I strive to tell people I love them. I strive to, you know, bring, like, this interview here for me is the best interview that I've ever done, because of the fact that I am putting out the best energy that I could possibly give. So as you know, I'm here, and in this moment it's just the best. I'm giving the best. I'm ensuring that I give that all, because I could walk out here and there could be no more Daniel Loveless. But I would be proud to know that I gave the best in that moment, and that keeps me so grounded, and that keeps me so motivated, because it's like, why worry about things that happen in a future that is not even guaranteed.
Right.
A planet, you know, a planet, oh, this is what I want to do, this is goals I want to achieve. But at the end of the day, if I continue to live like life, like live every day like it's my last, well then I'm just living a high life.
Definitely.
And I love it, yeah.
Definitely. That positive mindset though, can you identify any areas where that would have really kind of taken you through? And
I think I want to talk about where it stemmed from firstly. And I think that it stemmed from my mom. I think it goes back to her, because
you see, you stole my next question. I was saving mom.
We'll get to the other question. So I'll talk about how it has saved me. That was the question, right? How that positive energy has saved me. It has just taken me out of my own mind so many times, so many situations. You know, by just, you see, that positive energy is just me believing that the energy that I put out there, I will receive. So for me, because I understand that law, if I put out, if I'm doubtful about something, then exactly what I'm doubting, or exactly what I think I'll get. So if I feel like I'm not going to get money, then it's exactly that.
Exactly.
You know, if I feel like I'm broke, it's exactly that I will be. But if I think like I am a billionaire, like there's no doubt about it, because I believe that, like, you know, I believe that I am powerful. I believe that I am, you know, the greatest to walk the earth, you know. And it's not a boastful thing, but it's just about knowing that in your mind, because when you put out that energy out there, you receive back the same energy that you put out there. So I think that
the universe reflects that.
It reflects it, indeed. So I think that the difficult situation that has put me in, it has just taken me out of my own mind. It has, because I understand that, you know, so many difficult situations that I was put in before. I've traveled the world, and I have, in January gone, I went on a tour, a 8-destination tour across the world. And I remember booking all my flights, and money was done when those flights were booked. No accommodation was booked. And I remember it being January 8th, and $0 in the bank account. Flights booked, you don't have accommodation. And I just remember being like, well, okay, I mean, we're going. Even if it had no money in their bank account, I am telling you, January 10th, we go in. If I had to jump on the plane and when I reach Belize, I just walk around on the streets and I have no money, but my flight's booked. And by January 9th, I think January 9th, the day before, you know, I was able to sign a deal with a company, you know, and it's not something I run down. It's something that I sit down and I believe, well, you know what? I don't worry, like $0.00 in my bank account is not going to define my position to travel.
Right.
You know, I'm going to sit down and I believe that money going to come. I'm going to put the energy behind it, you know. I'm going to work, but I'm believing that it's coming. Right. So I think that if you understand that law, then, you know, it'll be so easy to pull yourself out of difficult times. The more you think difficult times, the more you attract difficult times.
Exactly.
Basically.
Exactly.
Law. Yeah.
So let's talk about moms. And, you know, moms are always special, I think.
Indeed.
Not because I am a mom, but I'm just thinking that moms tend to mold you
Yes.
sometimes and, really prepare you
Yes.
for your greatness.
Yes.
How did your mom influence you?
I don't think that I would have been where I am, and I don't mean physically, maybe like here, because I may have been here, but like this success and these things that I have, I don't think that would not have been possible without her. She is just the greatest. She has allowed me to do whatever from a very young age, to do whatever the hell I wanted in my life. And because of that is how I am able to be here right now. She was so supportive. Could be a good and a bad thing because of the fact that I could have chosen to go down a narrow path and, maybe.
Well, I'm sure she would have pulled you
Well,
back.
she would, but she allowed me to, and from very young, it was never a pressure to study. It was never a pressure to be inside the books. Like naturally, I would get all A's because I always wanted to win. So she just allowed me when I finished secondary school, wanted to do a business management degree. All right, son, go do it. Sometimes I just didn't feel. I mean, I finished now, but sometimes I didn't feel to do a semester. Moms, I feel I just ask people questions. This whole I didn't want to do. Okay, son, cool. I want to be a customer service rep. I worked at a good few companies before. What you know? Okay, son, cool. What you know? Full time. I leave in my job. Cool. And she has supported me financially in the sense of food and shelter.
Yes.
Everything like that, like cooking, everything. So it's like she's just a big part of who I am, and I love her eternally, for giving me that opportunity to be anything I wanted to be. I was never forced to be anything else other than what I wanted to be. Like any decision that I made, she was on board with it.
Yes.
And I'm super grateful for that.
That is amazing because for many people, they feel forced to go down the traditional route.
Yeah.
And you have been really blessed to have
Yes.
someone that would have supported your interests and your experiences. Even sometimes, I'm sure you may have made some turns that she didn't 100% agree
Correct.
with, but she allowed you the freedom
to
develop. So that's really nice, and I mean, we want to give credit to mom as
Yes,
well
mommy.
because we appreciate the end results of mom's hard work.
Indeed.
Yes? So, Daniel, as we wrap up, is there any parting words that you would like to share to entrepreneurs or to people in general, about making life better, about embracing the goodness that life offers?
I talk a lot, so this is going to take about 2-3 minutes,
That's all right.
because so many things is beyond my mind to share. That's why I love to do interviews, because so many things that I could share. Entrepreneurs, manage your time and your money wisely. Let's just start there. Your time is so important. I manage my time to the hour, to the minute. Every single minute is accounted for. Because I want to see how am I spending my time? How can I, spend time better? How can I be more efficient with my time? Your money, every single cent that comes out of my pocket is accounted for with a receipt. Ledgers for all the companies that I own. Daniel Loveless. It is so important. Take it from me because I wish I knew this. This is something that I recently started, maybe about 6 months. And I have seen so much of growth by just managing my time wisely, managing my money wisely. Entrepreneurs, if you take anything, I was just talking to my photographer about this before came up here, and I was just talking to him about the importance of just managing that time, managing that money. Find a way that works for you. My way, I like to manage every single hour, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I know exactly what I'm doing. That's that. Another thing, it's important to really believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is super important. A lot of people want to achieve things, want to achieve goals, but it's a whole lot of wishful thinking. But in my experience, I've learned that you need to first become who you want to be. And when I say you need to become, so it's not just about wanting to become a successful entrepreneur, but you just need to just become it. Because when you become it, you make those decisions.
Right.
So because I aspire to do certain things, I already am it because I have become it. So I do the things that those people do that I want to achieve. So in my mind, I'm already there, but I just do those simple things. It's important to believe in yourself. Watch your circle as well. manage your conversations with the people. What are they talking about? Are they doing anything to propel you forward? Are they doing anything to, make you go forward? And I think my final thing I'll end on is some of the products that I use and that I've used over the years that have made me become who I am. I really want to share these products. I don't really share it like that. But you see, because the energy in this room is it's just right, I decided I'm going to share these products. Listen carefully. One of the products that I use is a vitamin C. And I overdose on it a lot, which is good. Consistency. That's one of the vitamins that I swallow a lot. Consistency is super, super, super important. You need to be consistent, right? Another one of the vitamin, I just call it vitamin C plus. Right? I just take a lot of that one. A lot of people just take different dosages of it, but I just take a lot of it. Commitment.
Yes.
It's really important to be committed to something that you believe in. If you believe in something, then you need to be committed to it regardless of what everybody says. That's why sometimes I hear people say, like, what about when the hype of the show dies down? It's not going to die down because I am so committed to this goal. I am 10 years beyond where they think I am, So there's no possibility of the hype dying because I will not let it die. Right. So that vitamin C plus is super important. Another one is a supplement that I actually take, and I call it VYT, value in your time, is super important. Track how what do you do with your time? You want to be successful. Let's say if you're lying in a room that's smelling bad, you go start to smell bad too. If you want to smell good, start to lime in the room that's smelling good. You want to be a millionaire? Lime around some, you go be if you lime around 4 of them, you go become the 5th. Yes. And I think that those are just some of the products that I take that has success in the gym, success in business, success in everything just by using these products. And the thing about it, it's available. Anybody could have it. It's free. Exactly. It's shipping worldwide. Buy it now, find it because you get it right here from within. And I think that's just, some of the words that I'd like to leave with the audience.
Well, I totally appreciate it. And I like how you put it across. I love those products as well. Totally endorse them. They work perfectly well. So we really want to thank you for taking the time to share, give us that behind-the-scene view. I'm sure there are a lot of the viewers of the program that will have a new appreciation of Daniel.
Yes.
So I really want to thank you, and to all our viewers, we appreciate your support. Continue to tune in with us at Meet Your Neighborhood Entrepreneur and look out for who will be next. I am Nicole Joseph Cupid, CEO of Business Lifeline Limited, thanking you for joining us today. Thank you again, Daniel.
And if you didn't know,
now you know.